유용하다.
어디다 쓸 거냐고요.
너 이제 은진이
또 이래 되고 한 1년 뒤에 가질 사람이라고.
배운 것도 되게 많고 네.
즐거운 것도 되게 많은 한 해였던 것 같아요. 이게 맞아 신행 프로
팬 여러분들께 저의 근황도
뭔가요? 그러네요 저는. 뭔가요?
Hello everyone, welcome back to Jikook Diaries channel. When a friendship endures for a long time, through changes, pressures, and public scrutiny, it's often no longer about big words or dramatic moments. Instead, what's strongest are the small habits that seem simple yet powerful. In Jungkook and Jimin's relationship, many fans have realized that their bond isn't built on superficial things, but rather on daily routines, small gestures, and the way they understand each other without having to constantly speak. That's why when Jungkook indirectly revealed Jimin's habit, many people felt that their closeness wasn't just that of co-workers or friends, but rather a very deep and sincere friendship. Jungkook once described Jimin as someone who pays great attention to small details, even things that others often overlook. Jimin's habit of always making sure those around him are comfortable shows how empathetic he is. From the way he asks Jungkook if he's eaten, if he's had enough rest, or if he's feeling tired after a long practice, it's not just small talk. It's a form of caring born from a sense of emotional responsibility for someone he deeply values. Jungkook himself seems accustomed to this attention, as if it's become a part of his daily life. This habit shows that their relationship is built on consistent mutual care, not just a display of concern for each other when cameras are on. There's something truly beautiful about Jungkook describing Jimin's habits in a calm, respectful tone. He doesn't exaggerate or try to sound dramatic. He simply refers to them as just so Jimin. Such a simple statement shows that Jungkook accepts Jimin for who he is. He doesn't see his habits as strange or excessive, but rather as part of his character that makes him feel safe and comfortable. In a healthy friendship, this kind of acceptance is crucial because it eliminates the need for both parties to pretend to be someone they're not. Jimin's habit of frequently paying attention to Jungkook's emotional state also demonstrates the depth of their relationship. Jungkook has seemed quieter or more tired, and Jimin is the one who immediately notices these changes. Without needing to be openly asked, Jimin will usually approach him, sit next to him, or do something small like gently touch his shoulder. This action wasn't intended to attract public attention, but rather a reflection of a natural instinct to support someone he cares about as a friend. Jungkook himself seemed to accept the gesture naturally, as if it were a natural part of their lives. In a fast-paced and stressful world like the entertainment industry, having someone who can read your feelings without you having to say much is a blessing. Jungkook seems to find that in Jimin. Jimin's habit of always trying to lighten the mood when Jungkook seems stressed is often highlighted. Whether with a light joke, a warm smile, or simply a reassuring presence, Jimin seems to have his own way of reminding Jungkook that he's not alone. Small things like this, when done consistently, form a very strong emotional bond. When Jungkook talks about Jimin's habits, it's clear that he not only admires but also appreciates the effort Jimin makes to maintain emotional balance in their relationship. This isn't a one-way street. Jungkook also shows his care in other ways. He's often seen letting Jimin take the lead in certain things, as if giving Jimin space so he feels valued. In a deep friendship, giving each other space is a sign of emotional maturity. Jungkook seemed to understand that Jimin's habits weren't a form of control, but rather a form of affection as a friend. Another habit Jungkook often shared about Jimin was how Jimin always tried to maintain a warm atmosphere between them. Jimin was known for smiling easily and being good at reading the energy in a room. When Jungkook felt awkward or tired, Jimin was often the first to change the atmosphere. This habit showed that Jimin cared not only about him as an individual, but also about the dynamics of their relationship. He wanted Jungkook to feel comfortable around him, without pressure, without the obligation to always appear perfect. What made it all feel even more real was Jungkook's reaction to these habits. He never seemed bothered or irritated. Instead, he often seemed more relaxed. He feels comfortable around Jimin. This indicates a strong sense of trust. Jungkook seems to feel safe being himself around Jimin, even when he's feeling tired, unsure, or not feeling his best. In a world that demands perfection, having a friend who accepts your vulnerable side is invaluable. Jimin's habit of paying attention to small details, such as Jungkook's tone of voice or facial expressions, is also evidence of how close they are. This wouldn't be possible without a deep emotional closeness. This kind of attention usually stems from observing someone for a long time, from a desire to understand, not just curiosity. Jungkook, in his own way, seems to appreciate this attention as a genuine expression of concern. On many occasions, Jungkook is seen returning Jimin's attention with the same devotion. He's often by Jimin's side, listening to his stories and offering support without needing many words. This habit reflects that their relationship is built on strong nonverbal communication. They don't always need to express their feelings with big words, as their mere presence is enough to strengthen each other. This is a very mature and stable form of friendship. Jungkook's revelations about Jimin's habits aren't surprising, but rather confirm what many have long felt, that their relationship isn't built on sensationalism or drama, but on consistency, from small daily routines, from the way Jimin pays attention to Jungkook, and from the way Jungkook accepts that attention with respect. These habits demonstrate that their friendship isn't fragile. It grows from mutual understanding, from a willingness to be there for each other, and from a commitment to maintaining mutual comfort. Jungkook, by sharing simple things about Jimin, seems to be showing that their bond doesn't need to be proven with grand gestures. Simply by the way they treat each other on a daily basis, everything is clear. And perhaps this is what makes Jungkook and Jimin's friendship so touching, because behind the spotlight, they remain two people who care for each other in the simplest ways. The habits Jungkook notices aren't just routines, but genuine care. A desire to ensure that the person he loves as a friend always feels supported and appreciated. And ultimately, what Jungkook revealed about Jimin's habits isn't about sensationalism or something big to prove to the world. It's a portrait of a friendship that grows from trust, comfort, and small, sincere gestures every day. A relationship like this doesn't need many words, because just being there is enough to strengthen each other. Jimin and Jungkook demonstrate that a deep bond is always evident in the simple ways they care for, understand, and respect each other as friends who walk together on life's long journey. If you were touched by this story, don't forget to like it to show your support. Share this video with fellow armies who might also want to experience the warmth of Jikook's friendship from a more mature and meaningful perspective. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on future stories, which we will always present with the utmost respect and love for BTS. Thank you for taking the time to watch until the end. You're amazing. See you in the next video, and as always, let's continue to support Jimin and Jungkook in a positive, loving, and appreciative way.